This is the Lockpicker 1969, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to the next episode of Interview with the Lockpicker. Today's guest is LockJunkie. Say hi.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
So, where are you from?
Originally, I am born and raised in London, Ontario, Canada.
Okay. So you've lived there your entire life then?
You know, I've bounced around a little bit, but yeah, I've moved to Toronto for a couple of years for a small period of time. But yes, I'm mainly home raised, born in here, London.
Okay, so what's your story? How did you get into locksport? How and when?
Okay. So I'd probably say it's been about a year now. I definitely probably got into it the way most people did. I was just kind of scrolling YouTube, and I came across the famous lockpicking lawyer there, and I seen him working his magic, and the geek inside of me, and like any little boy, just wants to know, wow, how did he do that? He got into that with what? Without a key? What? How did you know what I mean? I was very, very, very cool. So I just thought I started watching that, and I just kind of got hooked.
Okay. So, who were some of your other influences on YouTube then?
As I got into it, I definitely started watching Bosnian Bill, Lock Noob, Lockpicking Lawyer. Um, those were like the originals that I got into, and then later on, as I more recently started really getting involved, I became aware of like the Lady Locks and the Sandman and the Georgia Gyms and all of these amazing pickers, and yeah.
Definitely. You anticipated my next question. So,
What's that, my man?
so you're diving into locksport. You're enthusiastic. The geek in you is crying out to try this. What was your first set you went with?
Well, classic, like everybody else. I went with the Amazon special, the I don't know what 50 picks of all different types and sizes and ranges. You get in that nice black case for like $20 off Amazon, cheap Chinese kit.
Of which you probably use about 3 picks in total. And a rake.
Yeah, out of all of them, I used one mainly, and it was like the only one that would fit in the keyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would try the odd rake that would kind of get me somewhere. But I honestly, after I had them, I kind of got discouraged for a little bit until I started finding out about other manufacturers, and then I kind of got like a little bit more confident again because I'm like, oh, these are actually some good tools.
Yeah. So what did you go with after how long did the Amazon set last you before you were like, I've got to get something better?
So after the clear plastic lock, and then you try to work on your first real, not even a master lock number 3 or something simple, and I'm like, it shouldn't take this long for an open. Like I see these guys on YouTube working these locks in seconds, and I'm having a hard time even getting it to fit in the keyway. So it's like, yeah, no, garbage. Within a week, I was moving on to checking out other sites and stuff like that.
Okay. So what did you go with next?
So I'm Ontario here. So I went with Sparrows because they were local, and I don't know. I just seemed to come. I don't know how I came across Sparrows. To be honest with you, I don't even know. I just came across it, and I started ordering some single picks, some single rakes. They had some pretty neat cases and whatnot, and I didn't know what I was putting together. I just kind of ordered a couple of different these and a couple of different those, and it came, and I just started ordering some cool little bypass tools off of the internet and off of their sites and trying out different things, and I was on my way to becoming a amateur locksmith.
Okay, that's good. All right, so you've kind of settled on another set beyond Sparrows, though, correct?
Right now, yeah, I'm really, really enjoying the Covert Instruments. I'm an Echelon guy for sure. my everyday carry. But I'm also a Jimmy Long's guy too. He's my
Woohoo!
hot second.
Definitely.
Jimmy Long's got the picks there for sure. But I don't know what it is about the CI. They just I've got smaller hands. They just glide through the keyway. They glide through the hands. The overall finish and I guess quality control, as our buddy Sandman would say, is just there. They're smooth. They're nice. There's no snagging. You don't need to polish like sand them down or anything.
Yeah, you don't have to refinish them or anything.
Yeah, they're just good to go, and he's got a little bit of everything in there, what you need. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
It's a great set. You know, it's a great set.
you did mention during the pre-interview about having tried bare bones.
So I do have a set of bare bones, and I thought I was really gonna like them. And I'm not one to bash anybody online or live or just trying to put anyone down or anything like that. But personally, just personally, I didn't care for them. They came very unfinished, jagged, um, just not smooth at all, kind of catching in the keyway. And I didn't know whether or not I would like those hard resin plastic handles, and I just don't. I really just like
Yeah,
the
I think it comes down to each their own. Some people are probably going to like them, and
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I personally just didn't, but I'm not trying to dump on bare bones,
yeah,
but
no,
just
no, not at
personally
all.
wasn't for me.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So, along your journey, what would you say were some of the challenges that you faced learning lockpicking?
Um, Along my journey, some things to overcome. So I guess maybe more recently, learning things like maybe top of the keyway, going from bottom of the keyway to top of the keyway on locks that you can no longer just kind of bitch pick or kind of just rock open
Hmm.
and stuff like that. When you actually got to learn how to pick a lock, the better quality locks you got to use top of the keyway, and I guess lady locks, like she said it, just that tensioner flying out 200 times drives you nuts, and you're just like, I can't do this. But eventually it becomes secondhand, and you're just like, I don't know what I was tripping about. Like it's just something you got to learn and get through, and just
Yeah,
and
she can get pretty
and keep
colorful.
going.
She can get pretty
Yeah,
colorful.
yeah. She's great, man. I love her.
Yeah, me too. So, okay, so at some point in the journey, I think we all kind of gravitate towards getting involved in the community because you wind up wanting to learn more from people that know. So, how did you get yourself into the community? What was your first, toe into the water, and then where did that take you from there?
Okay, so 100% that would have to be. Oh, geez. How did I end up online? Set Clues. I don't know. That's coming to my mind. Is Set Clues. A buddy of mine, Set Clues.
Hmm.
He introduced me to the Discord. He sent me my first bunch of locks as a gift. He said, "Hey, man," he said, "I got a bunch of locks for you to get involved in the belt system. I'll send you some orange belt locks and green belt locks and purple belt locks. And here's you go on Reddit and Discord." And he really got me into the game that way and helped me navigate the waters in the servers and stuff like that because it was all new to me. I mean I'm completely green when it comes to like technology and stuff like that. I'm not very good with it. So like when it was time to like go for my white belt and have to post a picture of the core turned, I'm like, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, I don't know how to add a picture. I don't know how to upload anything. I'm like, I barely remember where the site is and how to sign in. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but you figured it
but
out.
I did. Yeah, no, I got through it. He was a great help, and yeah, he got me linked up into the wonderful community that we have.
Yeah. So, if I understood you correctly, yesterday was your first time on picking time.
It was, yes, it was very cool. I got to spend about an hour on there until something came up and I had to go tend to that. But yeah, it was really neat. I got to chat with a couple of the regulars, the veterans on there, and it was really nice.
Yeah, it's an amazing. I'll call it a program because they do it every weekend, and it's grown significantly since its origins, and very well run by Lady Locks and Lockheed. Hands down.
They got a system. They
Yeah,
got a
yeah.
system, bro. Like they got the system, man. They
Yeah,
they know what they're doing. I don't know. They've tuned in. They've tapped in, and they're really good at the online networking
yep,
thingy. Like they're really good with it. Like
yeah,
even when I had to sign in, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and Lockheed was like, "Don't worry, bro." He's like, "Just click this, go here, do this." He's like, "You're
yeah,
good." I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh man." I'm like,
yeah.
"Thanks,
They
guys."
they are definitely a class act for sure.
100%. 100%.
So you mentioned the word the color green, which leads me to my next question. You're pursuing the belt ranking system, and you're currently a green belt, correct?
Correct. Yes, I am.
So what's next for you?
So right now, okay, so before, I'm sure like anyone knows, the white belt, the yellow belt, and even the orange belt. A lot of the locks you can go out to Home Depot,
Yep.
buy like 3 or 4 or 5 of the locks off the list, and you're like banging them all out in that day. You're slaying them all in that one day, and
Yep.
then I'm getting to the real, like I can't even call them real locks. Got to only imagine what's ahead of me. But I'm getting to some more well built locks with better tolerances and just newer security pins to me, serrated pins and serrated spools and stuff like that. Where before you're banging open 4 or 5 from a belt and in a day. And now, for me to learn one of the locks off the list, it's taking me a week and a half, and then when you get that open, it's like what? It's like yes.
Which lock was that?
So the first one would have been the 911 was my first nemesis.
No,
That
no. Okay.
Master Lock
Yep.
9. Yeah, the 911. It took me a good 2 weeks to
Yeah,
figure that
that
sucker out.
that spring is a nightmare.
It just I didn't know what I was doing in there, and I didn't know what I was feeling for, and then thankfully I reached out to a couple of the trucker lock was one guy that actually really helped me get through that lock, and another was Georgia Jim. They both gave me really good advice to get through that lock, and it worked. And then I slayed that one, moved on
Yeah,
to
use a
the
use a
5200.
use a crowbar on it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
No. I got through it tactically. Moved on to like a 5200, an Ace 38.
Hmm.
Right now, I am trying my hand at the 700 American lock.
Okay.
And I'm only a day into that, and I had to break it down, progressive pin it. I'm at 2 or 3 pin stacks now, so we'll see. We'll see how long it takes me to get it fully populated and cracked open.
Okay. So you're going to be pursuing blue next, right?
Yes.
And do you have a lock in mind that you're going to be going after for that?
So I think I already have it here, but it's a Lockwood. I believe it's a blue belt lock. It's the Lockwood B34, or sorry, the Lockwood 334 B45. I believe it's a blue belt.
Yeah, I'd have to look that one up. I don't know it offhand. I mean, I know I have one. I just don't remember what belt it is.
I believe it's blue. If not, I've got a couple others here that I can go to, another Lockwood or
Because I think
Pack Lock
yeah,
98 Pro.
that's what I was going to suggest was the 98 Pro.
I've got the 98 I was just looking at, but the 98 Pro is on the way from a friend who's going to link me up. But I don't want to just belt chase right now. I don't even know
No,
if you can,
learn.
but like I don't.
Definitely
Yeah,
learn.
the green level right now, like I want to be able to get through a bunch of necessary locks. Like I
Sure.
still have yet to get through the lotto. I haven't even tried it, like the lotto. Just certain locks that just you just got to know. I just want to be able to do them all before just jumping to the next level and say, hey, I got my blue belt and I was able to do one lock. I want to be able to comfortably go back and do all the whites, the yellows, the oranges, the greens, as much as possible. So that way I'm well-rounded and not just, hey, I did one lock and then I got the belt and
Well,
type of thing.
there's the key word there is comfortable. You're going after, they essentially become comfort locks for you. Some people have a specific lock.
Yes.
Then in your case, it sounds like you're going to have a whole classification color belt wise of locks that you consider comfort locks, which is awesome. Because you always
Okay, and I never looked at it like that. That's
Yeah.
a good. Yes, I want to be comfortable with all of them. Like I want to be able to go back to all of them like they're white belt locks and just be like, yo, that's just a 5200 or a 700 or a lotto. Like crack it. It's a number 3. It's a Brinks. Like slay it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, at least that way you get frustrated with a lock you're trying to learn and work on. You're stuck. You can go back to any one of those other locks that you find comfortable and kind of reestablish or regain your confidence back, and then attack the lock again in a little bit. So,
100%.
Definitely.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it, my friend.
So-
You're so smart, my man.
I try once in a while. I get lucky most of the time.
No. You're humble.
So, challenge lock. You're going to have to make a challenge lock. What's that all about for you?
So I actually, it wasn't, well, how do I put this? So it was a little challenge for me. I was actually able to pick through my first challenge lock that someone gave me as a surprise, as a gift. It was actually his first challenge lock. It was only a 4-pinner, but it was all homemade by him, and he doesn't follow the belt system or anything. He was just doing it
To have fun.
just for fun, for self-challenge.
Yep.
And I opened that up, and it gave me a whole new respect for it, because I was like, wow. I was like, he made these pins. Like, he made these pins from hand.
Yep.
He modified this lock in his own ways. He made it his own, and I'm certainly looking forward to learning how to do that, and hopefully stumping someone one day with one of mine.
There are a ton of wonderful challenge lock makers out there. I've done interviews with a number of them, and they all have great videos on how to do pins and make modifications to the lock and the core and so forth, and the chambers. Also, hats off again to Jay Gabriel. He is definitely a mad scientist when it comes to that. But
I was just chatting with him before we had our interview about the Master Lock 19, that big beefy one, the big one.
yeah,
I was just chatting with him about that right before I was talking with you this morning, and no, he is, from what I've heard, evil, just evil.
yes, he is.
You look at his locks, and they're just like, take it back, I don't want it.
We've had lots of evil discussions. I just need to get back to making them. But
And you know what? I checked out some of those videos you sent me, and you've got quite the setup. The setup where you are making challenge locks and stuff like that. So I can take several notes from my buddy right here. I don't got to go too far. I can chat with you.
I tried to put out videos to teach people and show them the different tools and how they're used, and then people can take it from there, however they choose to view those and learn from them. So that's why they're there.
No, they're great. Yeah, they're great. I'm super excited to get into them. I'm excited about what each level brings, and it's just, I hope one day I could be a Lady Locks or a Georgia Jim, like 3rd Dan or 14. That's crazy, a 14th Dan black belt. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, they're amazing folks. Hands down. My hat's off to them.
For sure, 100%. I think they're some of the best in the world that are out there. I mean, I didn't know I didn't know there was a ranking system. I thought, like, when I turned on YouTube, I'm like, oh, Lockpicking Laura, he's the best in the world. And then I'm like, I see guys that'll like put him to shame. Like he'll be like a white belt compared to Georgia Jim. You know what I mean?
That's because a lot of what he's doing is kind of for show. I'm not dissing him. I
love him.
Yeah, he's got a following. He's got product that he's selling, and he uses his
I
channel.
Buy his product. I'm on his team. I'm just saying, my boy will probably put him to shame, bud.
Yeah. So, I get what he does and why. So I did want to get into one more thing before we start wrapping up. Your YouTube channel. So what you said to me was that your original reason for doing your channel was that you wanted to explore self-accomplishment and share your successes. Can you tell us about what the future of your channel is that you're going to be attempting to do with it?
Yeah, so like what you said, not necessarily wanting to become big and famous or anything like that, because I'm far from it. But it's just kind of like a start to like document my opens and some of
Your journey.
my journey, and as I progress and get better, I would definitely like to start making some and get a better setup, because right now my setup is poor. But I like to start doing some real picking, some real tutorials, some real how-tos and stuff like that once I'm better equipped to. But for now, I just share what I know and what I'm learning, and I just put it out there because it gives me like I got my own mental health and stuff like that, so it gives me a little confidence boost, and it gives me it just helps me support myself and like I did this, I'm proud of myself,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe somebody could even learn something from me one day.
Yep. So I wanted to give you this just chance to, if you had any thank yous you wanted to give to anybody in the community who's helped you out. So anybody that specifically that you'd like to shout out about that was helpful and really helped you get on your way.
Um, for sure. Definitely got a shout out to Set Flues 100%.
Yep.
He's great. Lady Locke, she's been super, super supportive. Yourself, everybody in the community, just everyone's been great. Like, there's so many that I got to shout out to everybody. The whole community is amazing. If I were to start giving shout outs, we'd be going past our time.
Well, so the last question before we wrap up is, what's your favorite thing about LockSport then?
My favorite thing is probably being able to geek out with you, geek out with the community. I'm a very antisocial person, even though I have a social uh, appearance. I'm quite antisocial in the sense of I stick to myself. I do my own thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really nice to have a group of people that share the same geeking interests that you do. And when you can just get online and start chatting about, hey, I just cracked this locker. Hey, how do you get into this one? Or hey, did you see that? Or did you know that? And it's just like it's just really cool. And of course, that rush
Yeah.
that you get after you finally pop a lock open that you've been working on for a week or 2 weeks, progressive pinning it, etc., and you
Mm-hmm.
finally get into it, and it's like, oh my god, it's like, yes, who's your daddy?
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to say to our audience before we wrap up?
Um, you know, I can't think of anything. No, I just would say, no, I can't think of anything. I don't know
Okay.
why. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So that's all right. All right. So I want to thank you. This has been a lot of fun. I enjoyed our pre-interview too, and got quite a few laughs with talking with you. And I did want to say to our audience, by all means, if you haven't been interviewed yet, please step forward. Come talk to me. You don't have to be a 14th or 12th Dan black belt to be worthy of being interviewed. We're all worthy. We all have a story. We all have something to share, and people would love to hear about it. So people would love to get to know you. So use this show to do just that. Come talk to me. With that, I'm going to wrap this up. If you are a subscriber, thank you. If you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and all, and hit like on the video. And thanks for listening.